Good day, everyone. This is Dr. Juan Ramon Aviles Morales, and I'm here to share with you today a little bit more information about Taino DNA and genealogy. What's our goal? What's our plans for the future? How we're obtaining those goals, and what do we do, and who are our members, etc. I will share that today on our presentation. And the title of our presentation today is Mabrika, which means welcome in Taino, and I hope to welcome you all to our organization. All right, what is Taino DNA and genealogy? First of all, I want to clarify we are a nonprofit organization. We are a 501c3, and actually, we've received the designation of 509. Give me 1 second. It was in that paper. 509 is the 501c3 designation here. And then we're further designated 509A, I think it was 3, A3. Yes. So we're a nonprofit recognized by the IRS. We are incorporated in the state of North Carolina and also in Puerto Rico. And hopefully in the near future in Haiti, Jamaica, and the Dominican Republic, and a few other islands later on in the future. So, who are we? Okay, here's our board of directors. First, you will notice it's me I'm the president. This is me. We have a vice president, Gerald Alexander Lopez Castellanos. He is an avid blogger on genetic genealogy. He has immense knowledge on genetic genealogy, and he is a great asset to our organization. He is from the Dominican Republic. He also has cultural ties to the Tainos, and he has a great history that one day we would like to share with the group. Next, we have our treasurer, Lisa Kelly, and she is a Taina from Puerto Rico. She lives in the state of North Carolina. She also has native Cherokee. She also is a GEDmatch aficionado, meaning she loves to work on GEDmatch and can help others learn. Next, we have our secretary, which is Jenna Bella Gregory. She is from the Taino Heritage Camp, and she is a great help. She's very knowledgeable on the ways of the Taino and a great asset to our organization. Next is the Quincy Bowen. She's the director of communications, and she helps us manage our social media aspect, and that is in development, and she's helping us develop that. Then we have a representative at large. It's Cacique Guatuiri, and he is from Manicaro, Yucayeke Manicaro, and also from the Caney Circle. And he helps us with the spiritual aspects of the group, what we want to achieve, and how can we incorporate spirituality in our genetic studies. Next, we have Carla Lynn Mendez, Dr. Melendez, excuse me. She is the director of education. She is from Naguaque Boriken, which is an elementary school that focuses on teaching to the Taino children or indigenous population in Puerto Rico. She's doing a great work there, and she's going to help us in the future develop teaching programs that we could use across the Caribbean. We also have Orlando Reyes. He is the director of genealogy. He has over 25 years of experience in doing genealogy, building family trees. He is very sharp. He helped me make a breakthrough with my maternal line. I'm very appreciative of the work he is doing. And also, he is sort of an anomaly. He has a Y chromosome that is native, which we're trying to investigate and see if it is indeed from Puerto Rico, because his family might rewrite our history in Puerto Rico. We were told that all the men were killed off in Puerto Rico, and actually he might be a descendant from both maternal lines and paternal lines, which is pretty exciting. Then we have Mr. or should I say Professor Levixen Lundy from Haiti. He is directing our sports activities. He's going to help us with first develop a yukayeke in Haiti, and also he's going to help us with developing a tribal federation sports teams in Bate, which is pretty exciting. And he is also spearheading opening a private university in Haiti that is being assisted with a university in the Cameroon, which is another project that's going to be very exciting. The university is UANMP, and on the bottom you can see our advisory board individuals who are part of the Yukayekas organizations or university now that are sort of giving us advice. These are separate from our board members. So we have a member from the Hatibonico tribal community. We have another representative from the Taino Heritage Camp. We'll have a representative from the Naguake Boriken. We have a representative from Yaya Guayliara, which is, by the way, the tribe that or Yukayeke that I belong to, and UAMP, and Yukayeke Manikaro. All right, what is our mission statement? That is a good question, and it's a loaded question too. So basically, what we do is we provide assistance with helping people get their DNA tested. So we're sending kits to Jamaica. We have people on the ground in Jamaica who are going to help us test specific populations. We want to test a certain group within the Maroon communities, our brothers and sisters in those communities, to help them sort of tie in and try to hopefully do future research. It's a small study, and I'm hoping getting some samples might trigger others to conduct a large scale study. What are we trying to study? We're trying to help make a connection between all of the Tainos, the modern descendants today, with one another and with the past Tainos. Okay? So what will we do? We will help by sending them DNA kits, and once those results are obtained, we will download them onto primarily GenMatch. We're going to help them with another site called DNA Painter, and those who have a paternal line that we are studying, we're going to put them on Family Tree DNA, do the Big Y, and also do Y Full, which will provide much more in-depth analysis. And then we will also help with mitochondrial DNA testing. We're going to test some groups and try to come up with the different mitochondrial DNA groupings that are the majority in the island. This already has been studied in depth, so it's pretty much we're just reinforcing what has been done, and hopefully we could spur more studies. Now, the Y chromosome, for those of you who are familiar with the haplogroups, the Q haplogroup is the native one, and we're looking for participants that have that Q haplogroup to compare to one another, to see if there's a connection, to see if the terminal haplogroups are similar to one another. Are they on the same tree? Those are the things what we're looking for. And once we get those results, we're going to explain them in layman's term, in simple language that they can understand. And also, we're going to explain to them what is being done. So we're not trying to exploit anyone. We want to do this in a respectful manner, and one that it's empowering and not taking any advantage of anyone. So that's our mission, to once again provide assistance in DNA testing of indigenous populations within the Caribbean, and try to get a idea of what's within our communities and preserve that genetic heritage, so in the future, populations in the future can go and look up and see where they descend from. So this is for our children and our children's children. So And there's an update. As our organization began, it has evolved. And there are needs that we have noted that we would like to address. So, Taino DNA and Genealogy would like to assist organizations or organizing, excuse me, the descendants of the Tainos into tribal communities, Yucayeques, within the Caribbean, where there are none at the moment. So, there are no tribal communities in Turks and Caicos. There's none in the Bahamas. And I think there's an organization in the Virgin Islands, but we're going to try to help find the individuals who are the descendants, offer them testing if they want to take it, offer them to do genealogical research, and if they so choose, to organize and join a future council. We want to develop a tribal council that is based in the Caribbean, run by Caribbean populations, and try to come together and have our own governing body that will acknowledge who we are so we don't have to beg other governments to recognize us. And eventually, hopefully, to use the UN Charter of the United Nations Declaration of Rights of Indigenous People to organize ourselves. I will talk about this a little bit more, but that's pretty much an update of our mission statement. All right. What does Taino DNA and genealogy do? All right. We do first DNA comparisons. So here, this is a matrix that compares members of our group with this individual, Atunwa Inaru, which means First Lady. She is a Taina, a Lucayan Taina from the Bahamas that lived 1,000 years ago, and they found her remains in the Bahamas in Preacher's Cave by Dr. Schroeder and his group, and they went and were able to sequence her DNA, and I was able to download the DNA because it was made public. I was able to download it and share with the group, and we were able to make comparisons. And there are some matches weak, there's but nevertheless they're there. Some people might say they're too low of a centimorgan count. Others might say that it is high enough. By the way, we're seeing it, and we want to explore further. We help with making a genealogical tree. This is my family tree. It goes up. It is extensive. We want to help members of our group or those who work with our group develop their own family trees, use documentation, and try to see if they find anything on their records that might say in Spanish mestizo, which means a mixture between native and European, and then whether it be pardo is another word used indicating mixture of the races. So we're look for those documentation and help individuals trace their lineage to the Tainos via genealogy. We encourage scientific research to benefit our people. Currently, this is the study that was done by Schroeder et al. It was the paper that discussed the Taina whose remains were found, who lived 1,000 years ago, and they provided a link for us to go and obtain the DNA. So this is a big study. It was earth-shattering. There's another one that's coming in the pipeline that will have 187 different individuals whose genome has been sequenced. It is going to be amazing. It's going to show us so much more information about our DNA, and we look forward to seeing the results of that paper. We want to foster unity in our communities. Okay, we're going to try to start up programs that have a pan-Caribbean sports federation that plays bate, and have groups that are from Puerto Rico play against other islands such as Jamaica or Haiti, and then hopefully we're going to apply to the International Committee on the Olympics and see if we could gain recognition and see if we can, through UNESCO, obtain funding to develop these programs. And I think having us play these sports and watch them and have a community effort will bring ties that are much needed in our communities. It would solidify unity. All right. Here are our partnerships. That's the big thing what we do. We partner with other groups. I've mentioned these before. The Yaya Guayliara, the Hatibonico, Naguaque Boriken, Taino Heritage Camp, and the UAMMP University being developed in Haiti. These are groups that have agreed to work together. We have dialogue. It's amazing that how much we share and talk throughout the week. It's almost every day we're talking to one another. We use social media and other platforms to share, and it's just amazing what's being done. So we also look to partner with other organizations. So if you want to work together, you don't have to be part of Taino DNA and Genealogy. There are other groups that are not part of our organization but do work with us. And we look forward to create new partnerships. We want to respect individuals. We are equal. We are not trying to tell people what to do, but we want to empower them, work together, and come up with strategies to benefit our nation. Organization, very key. So, what we're doing is we're trying to obtain educational programs on nation building for our leaders in the different communities and the different nations, so we can all be on the same page and we can organize ourselves into one cohesive council. That's our goal, for us to be one nation once again. One nation where people of Haiti, people of the Dominican Republic, Cuba, Jamaica, Puerto Rico, Virgin Islands, Turks and Caicos, Bahamas, everyone is seen as equal, as a separate tribe working in their countries, in their jurisdictions, and but yet part of a larger nation. So we'll have multiple tribes from each nation that's independent, such as, like I mentioned before, the island nations, who come together and we form the Taino Nation or the Council, whatever the name that is selected. We look forward to in the future working on that. And here's a group of individuals organizing. So that's what we do. We talk frequently. We organize, we strategize. Despite this COVID-19 pandemic, we're talking, we're planning, and we're hoping to move in the future, work with other groups, and just come up with something that will be great. So I'm asking you to support our group, our organization. We do have social media facets such as YouTube channel. If you could go to youtube.com/C/C and then Taino DNA. We also have a Facebook group, private group, where we have discussions on genealogy and genetics. We also have a Facebook page where we share monthly a raffle to give away DNA testing kit through Ancestry. And all we ask is for people to either like our page. We do something different each time. So the first one you had to like our page, the second one you had to subscribe to our channel. Okay, and then the organization website is tainodna.org. We will be uploading more content. It's in its infancy and it's being developed, but nevertheless it has been started and we will add more to it as time goes. All right, future goals. I sort of brushed on this before. I look forward to in the future being able to have our different Yucayekes have a meeting, have an arreto, a come together, a powwow, where we will go sit down together and as equals in a country that we agree to meet up and select our elders that will lead each tribe and be represented in the council. That is our goal. That is, we want to have an organization that represents us, that will go to other nations and say, hey, we want our tribal artifacts, we want our ancestral remains to be returned to us so we can properly place them in an environment that is appreciated by our people, that we could go ahead and see these relics and these artifacts, be seen by our people, be stored in a secure fashion, and then for those ancestral remains, that they can receive a proper burial. That's what we need to do. And once we have to have an organization that's within the other tribes coming together that will represent us. So, sort of like a tribal council that will reflect everyone within the Caribbean, and it has to be balanced. That it has members that are in from Jamaica, from Haiti, from Puerto Rico. That there's not one group dominating the other, and include people from the U.S., but not only the U.S. It has to be from the people in the Caribbean. That's what we're looking to do. And we're hoping to work with people and hoping that we can shape our own future and not have to beg other governments to give us permission to acknowledge who we are, that we can do that ourselves, that this council can accredit our Yucayekes, that can accredit those who can prove their ties to the Tainos on however which way we agree to. But at least we need to form a government. And this is a call to those out there who want to join. Let's work together. We're all for it. We're willing to work with whoever wants to work, and hopefully we could push forward. All right. Now, this is our website page, the icon or avatar that we use, and it represents every nation that traditionally were from the Taino nation. Now I'm sure that has changed. There's more that probably will be added as the Tainos from Puerto Rico and other countries have traveled throughout the world. That's something we're going to have to discuss. But I put the flags of the traditional 9 islands, if you will. Really 8, but I added, we split Hispaniola or Quisqueya, Haiti. Um, we split them up because politically they're now 2 separate nations. So, but nevertheless, those 9 represented are who we're trying to reach out to, and I'm sure that's going to grow. Okay, you all have a good day. I appreciate you listening, and I hope you guys will subscribe to our channel on YouTube and support us. Thank you. Bye.